Hi, Room 402. It's Mrs. Walker here. I can't believe we are already in the month of June. I so wish we could be together right now. I am thinking about all the things we could have been doing in our classroom together, but I hope that you had a lot of fun this last week learning about Cain and the cardboard creations that he made for himself, and then thinking about what you wanted to make for yourself. Because this week, you get to start building. Let's go ahead and see what we have in store for this week's Learning Activity Bundle. Now, this week, like last week, only takes up one page. It's on the back side of the plan that you looked at last week. And hopefully you were able to get all of your pages done in your packet that were assigned to you last week. Don't forget that when I call you this week, I'm going to ask you to grab that packet and we're going to talk about some of the things that you did in there so I can make sure that you're still trying to keep your brains and your minds active and thinking. So with that in mind, let's look and see what you will also be doing this week besides looking forward to my phone call. On Monday and Tuesday, that's when you get to get your hands dirty and start building your cardboard creation. Now, that's all you're going to do on Monday. Monday, the only thing that you're doing is you're going to start building. Now, I gave you the entire day to do it because I'm hoping you're challenging yourself and trying to make something that won't be done in 5 seconds or even in 10 minutes. I'm kind of hoping that it takes you a little while and that maybe it doesn't quite work out and you have to struggle with it. I know some of you did that with your Native American houses and they were fantastic. Push yourself. See what you can create. Think outside of the box. And if it doesn't work the first time, try again. I know many of you did last week with your houses, and I was super duper proud of you. Now, on Tuesday, in addition to building, you're also going to do this. You're also going to measure your creation once you're hopefully finished building on Tuesday. If it's still not done on the end of Tuesday, start here Wednesday morning. But I want to know what tool you're going to use to measure. Some common tools that people use are measuring tapes, the things that kind of stretch out, or you might have a ruler like we had in the classroom, or you might even have one of those big yardsticks or meter sticks in your house. If you don't have any of those things, there are other things you can use to measure. You could get a paper clip and put the paper clip one, mark it, move it over, mark it, move it over, and count how many paper clips long it is. You could use Q-tips the same way. You could use a pencil the same way. You could really use almost anything if you use it to do all of your measurements, that one thing. So let me know what tool you are using to measure. That way I can imagine that in my head so I know how big it is. Then you're going to tell me what is the height, how tall is your object, and what is the width, how wide your object. If you want an extra challenge, you can tell me how deep, how much it sticks out like a 3D image, how much does your object stick out. So Tuesday, you're going to hopefully be measuring and telling me how big your creation is. On Wednesday, this is where I want you to test it out. Now, hopefully you're creating something that can be used. Like Cain had all those really awesome games in his arcade. So I'm hoping that you're making something that is usable. The pictures that I showed you for ideas last week, there were guitars. Show me if you made a guitar, or rocket ships. Does yours even launch, or does it fly at all? Or if you chose even a Halloween kind of costume, put it on. Does it fit? Does it stay on? Can you walk around in it? So test it out. And then I have these two questions for you to answer on Wednesday. I want to know, does everything work the way that you were hoping? And as you are testing it out, did anything break? I want you to record if something breaks, because that means it's a weak spot in your creation. So if things did break, or if things didn't quite work, or even if they did work, but you want to improve it, I again want to challenge you to make it better. Make a plan that you can either write, draw, add labels to it, just write, whatever. Explain to me how you're going to improve your creation. I, again, want to stress that you push yourself. If it works exactly as you thought, ask people in your family, how do you think I could make this better? And then see if you can do it. I really would like to see what you come up with. On Thursday, you are going to Then finish those improvements that you said you were going to do the day before. So Thursday's kind of like a small bill day, maybe for some of you. Then I want you to do this math worksheet. It's called Let's Make Some Money. Now, Kane was able to make money in his arcade by selling those fun passes. Now, we're not going to quite do it that way for you guys because I don't know if you made a game or not. So let's just say that somebody wanted to buy your creation. Maybe they wanted to buy it for their kid or they wanted to buy it and use it themselves. How much would you sell one of your creation items for? How much do you think it's worth? You're going to put that in the first box where it says profit, how much money you made. So for the one item sold, for the one that you made, how much money would you get for that? Then how much money would you get if you sold two of those? If you were to make another one exactly the same and sell that one too, now how much money would you have? Put that in the second blank box. You'll tell me how much money you'll make for 3, and then how much for 5. We're jumping ahead to 5, and then we'll jump ahead to 10. Now, what kind of math problem would you use for that? Well, let's say I made some eyeglasses out of cardboard. I know these aren't, but this is just what I have next to me. And let's say I was going to sell these eyeglasses for $20. No, let's go higher. Let's go $25. So if I sold one of them for $25, I'm going to put $25 in my first box. But then if I sold 2 of these, I could say I sold this one for $25 and my next one for $25. And if I want to know what that total price is, well, that could be an addition problem. 25 plus another 25. And then, if I sold a third one, another 25. Oh, if I sold 5 of them, that's another 25. Wow, I could go ahead and add up 5 25s, but I'm also repeating the same number over and over again. 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. What is also like repeated addition? Can you think about what that is? Yeah, multiplication. So maybe you could do a multiplication problem too. I have space at the bottom where I want you to show me your work. And I might ask some of you to maybe do a video session with me and show me your work, or ask you to send me a picture of the work that you're doing. Or just in case I ask you how you did your work, write it down so we could even talk about it on the phone. That's going to be Thursday's work. Then Fridays, when I just kind of want you to think about everything that you did over this week and all the building things. When you wrote a page like this about your Native American houses and you turned that into me in your last packet drop off, I really love some of the things that you guys had to say about the Native Americans and how hard it must have been for them to make their homes and how smart they must have been to think of all those things. That really was true. And you only figured that out because you did it yourself. Well, now I want to know, what are you thinking at the end of this new project? You'll tell me what your masterpiece was and what you used to create it. I know it's a repeat, but I kind of want you to re-summarize everything. I want to know what was the easiest part of the entire building process and what was the hardest part. And guys, I didn't write the word why, but can you please use and explain to me why? So think of it this way. What was the easiest part and why? What was the hardest part and why? A third grader at this point should be able to tell me the why and not just give me an answer in 2 or 3 words. I should see a few sentences there. I know I talked to some of you last time about really short answers. Guys, this is the last assignment, this page right here, the very last thing you're going to do for all of 3rd grade. Make it good. Make it great. This is what I'm going to be calling you about the last 2 days of school, June 8th and June 9th. I'm going to have to make contact with all of you again during those last 2 days of school. And this is the page you and I are going to talk about. Maybe some of your math pages too. So don't lose heart. Stay strong. Finish well. You can do it because you're awesome, Room 402. Now, as you are working on all of your things, this week, I want you to share your creations with me. So just like the Native American houses, you guys were sharing pictures. Well, you can email me if you want. Take a picture and send it to my email address. You see it here on the screen. Or if you have the Remind app on your parents' phone, you can take a picture and send it to me on the Remind app. I think it handles videos on the Remind app as well. Or you can just text me. I've been calling all of you on my phone number. So if your parents have, a record log from Mrs. Walker calling them, text me a picture. I would love to see it that way too. Some of you have been using Seesaw when you get onto Clever. I can pull off your pictures and your videos on Seesaw, and later I can share those with everybody. So go ahead and do it that way too. And then, of course, our Monday Zoom meeting on June 8th, the second to last day of school, is where you'll be able to show off your creations. So bring those next Monday, not today, next Monday, and we're going to show off all of your creations. Now, on Monday, you are probably watching this on Monday. So today at 3 this afternoon, I'm going to be doing a Zoom meeting with all of us. Now, I always send a link out on my Remind app, but if you are not on the Remind app and you do not get those group text messages from me, please send me a text or contact me, and I will make sure that I send you this code for our Zoom meeting. This week, we are going to be talking about what you guys thought about Cain. I want to know what your favorite part of the video was, things like that. Now, you're also going to be sharing what your idea is for what you are going to be building for this week. If you've already built it because you've kind of moved ahead, I don't want you sharing them on this week's Zoom meeting. I want you to wait till the next one, the very last one that we're going to do. All right. I hope that makes sense. And I look forward to seeing you later this afternoon on our Zoom meeting. You guys have had some fantastic things to share. And I want to make sure that we're staying connected as we're going towards the very last week of school. Have a great week. And I'll be talking to you about all of your hard work that you've been doing at home. Bye for now.